peace of mind jumping in. And I am giving you a little bit of a push here because sometimes the things that are good for you, you need a little bit of that push, especially when there's a time constraint. So I am being passionate about this because I do like this. I love this business model and I love helping people. And I feel like I can help you, but only if you help yourself. And you could potentially figure all of this out on your own, but that would be the most painful and costly part of all because we're showing you how you can do it. We're giving you everything that you could possibly need. Now, this opportunity is not cheap, I get it. But the best things in life are almost never cheap. They require some kind of effort. Sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's time, sometimes it's both. And the things that come too easily are almost never very good. So this does cost a little bit more than other things you may have tried online in the past. But this is a real, legitimate business model that can change lives. It gives us an enormous advantage. We've been able to build in so many different things into this, so many different elements which will could potentially change your life. And do you need to pay a little bit more? Sure. But it's worth it. Or you could just do nothing. But we know what happens when you do nothing. If nothing changes, nothing changes. You need to take action right now. You don't need to be anything special. This is not about ability. It's about the process. It's not about talent. It's about the process. Now, there's a story that I'm going to try to summarize for you here. And the moral of the story is if you want to succeed anything worthwhile online, you need to blast through multiple barriers. And people tend to give up when they hit the first barrier online. And maybe you've hit a barrier online before. Maybe you've hit an obstacle. Maybe you've hit a challenge. But don't give up. Keep going forward because your dreams are real and your dreams are there. And you might have to overcome adversity to get to them. But that'll make it so much more pleasing, so much more enjoyable when you do achieve what you want to achieve. Never give up. Never, ever give up. And by the way, these barriers can present themselves in different ways. One right now might be making the decision to jump in. It might be overcoming some psychological demons that you may have. That could be stopping you for any number of different reasons. It might be a financial restraint. Whatever it is, you need to overcome that because when you overcome that, when you bash down the barriers, that's where you get to the point where you could be making money and changing your life. And I see over and over again these 5 things that are like handbrakes for people. Money is a psychological barrier, in my opinion. And the reason I say it's a psychological barrier is most of the time we can access money. Like, for example, if I told you that, like if someone said to me, Aiden, and let's say that I was, let's rewind the clock to 2005. I was dirt poor. I was tens of thousands of dollars in debt. I didn't have any money to my name. If someone had said to me back then, Aiden, if you don't get $997 together today, then your arm is going to fall off and you're not going to be able to sew it back on. I would have knocked on my neighbor's doors. I would have begged on the corner outside McDonald's. I would have done whatever I could to get the money because I don't want my arm to fall off. So that's an extreme example, but it shows you what humans can do, what we can do when we prioritize something, when we really, really need something. Now, hopefully you don't need to do that. But the fact of the matter is that for most people, money is available when you really want it, when you're going to prioritize it. Time is the same. We've got enough time. Everyone has got 24 hours a day. Some people have really busy lives. Some people don't have busy lives, but we've all got 24 hours in a day. So even if you've got a busy life, it's about prioritizing a few hours each week to get started. This is not about ability. So ability cannot be a roadblock here. It's about process. And if this feels confusing, then jump in. Get some runs on the board. Let's get some quick wins coming in. Let's get some traffic coming into a website. Let's do this. And when you're actually doing it, you can learn. There's no better way to learn than actually taking action. And we're going to be guiding you. We're going to be pushing you along. We're going to be dragging you along, kicking and screaming if we need to get you to that finish line. And if you're afraid about taking the leap of faith, just know that growth happens when you go outside your comfort zone. In fact, this image here really sums it up. You might be in the fear zone right now. You might be finding excuses. You might have a lack of self-confidence. But if you just blast through and do it anyway and jump in, and what's the worst that could happen? Ask yourself this with a clear frame of mind right now. What is the worst that could happen if you jump into this? There's no financial risk. There's a small amount of time risk, but even that's backed up because we've got the double your money back guarantee for people that implement. There is no major downside.